So it would really help if...
You gotta do that again. I tried holding it in. Okay, start again. You can go now. I got it on my system.
What was that thing you said?
Frank and Sarah with Cheers to Travels, and today we're going to talk about hostels. And of all the hostels we've stayed in, we're going to tell you which are our favorite and why.
Right. As you know, we love staying at hostels because we like the social aspect of it and it's affordable. So we're going to kind of narrow it down to some of our top favorites for you today.
So we stayed in about 20 hostels so far, and out of them,
ish, yeah.
around there. And we have about 9 that we're going to cover that were our favorites.
Yeah, and we'll also put it down in the description and a link to the hostel where you can check them out in the description below. So make sure you do that at the end of the video.
Yeah, a lot of attention is put on flights and how to get to the place you're going, but the hostel is very important. The hostel can make or break your trip depending on who you meet and the events, and it's the kind of vibe you get off of the hostel. So these lists is our top hostels, but they're not in a specific order because I think with both of us, I might like something more than her, as everyone's different. So this is just, they're all good.
Yes.
There's not one best one.
Right. So we'll just go down the list and kind of give you a few highlights from each of the hostels.
Yeah. So the first hostel we're going to cover is the hostel we stayed at recently, and that's the Hostel Room Rotterdam. And this hostel was actually the first hostel in Rotterdam.
We had the private room, we had the love private room. So one of the things that we really like about this hostel was that each room was themed, and we had the love room.
It was very pink.
Yeah, it was very pink, and we didn't actually request that. I think they just gave it to us. Luckily, we were a couple, so that actually worked out well for us.
Like we were a couple guys traveling together, and that was the last room.
Yeah,
that'd been weird.
Right.
And the staff does tours too, so we did a couple of those. They do a free walking tour, which was good, but they also do a food tour, a market tour, which is, so you get to pay money, but it comes with a bunch of food, and you get to go in the market, and they have like a flea market, farmer's market kind of market outside the big fancy modern market, and you get to go that first, and you eat a bunch of stuff, and then you get to go inside and eat some more stuff, and it's worth the money, and it was a great experience to go on that tour. Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And they also do, at this hostel, they do lots of different events. So everything from like the walking tour during the day. They also have walking tours at night. They have events in the bar area or in the community area downstairs, which we actually did partake in. On the first night, they had the Dutch Delight, where we tried different Dutch desserts, and we played a Dutch game. I forgot the name of it. It's on an S.
SJ something.
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce.
And they have their own bar at the hostel too.
Right.
With happy hour every day.
Yes. So every single day they have happy hour from 7 to 9. This is a very social hostel. They have lots of activities there. So make sure you know that. There's going to be lots of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's a good place to meet people and have fun. Another hostel we stayed at was the Friends Resort in Boracay. This hostel, it's I think one of the only or the last places in Boracay that the buildings are made out of bamboo. It's a 2-minute walk from the beach, but there's really nothing else around it. And they also have their own reserved seating area at the beach. So once you get there, you have your own place to sit and relax right there on the beautiful white sand beach with the clear turquoise water. It's really pretty there.
The last time we stayed there was 2-3 years ago. So I'm sure a lot has changed since. So definitely go to the website or the Facebook page just to make sure they still have everything that we're talking about here. When we stay there, it was a short walk to the beach, and it was really affordable back when we stayed.
And one convenient thing they have is while you're there at the hostel, when you buy things at the hostel, you can just bill it to your room. But they also have worked out with local businesses, so while you're on the beach, you can just go to these certain restaurants and you can buy food and beers and drinks, whatever you want, and they'll bill it back to your room at the hostel, so you don't have to worry about carrying your wallet around. It's really convenient.
Yeah, and they also have events there. We did a snorkeling, like a half-day snorkeling tour, which included lunch.
Yeah, they said it included snacks, but their snacks were pancit, which is like Filipino noodles, and egg rolls, like big trays of it. And they had a cooler. It was so full, it wouldn't even close all the way, full of rum, Coke, and beer.
Yeah.
And that was all included.
Yeah. They also had happy hour there one of the nights.
The free pasta happy hour.
It was free pasta happy hour. Yeah, and the beers and the drinks are really affordable. What would you say?
They're about 90 cents for either a rum and coke or a Red Horse beer. Mm-hmm. And they also had live music there too. They had like that reggae guy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so Friends Hostel.
Yeah, and we also met friends there.
Okay, so our next hostel is the Bricks Hostel in Prague, and this was probably one of my favorites for sure. They have their own bar there.
Yeah, it's a full bar, and the beer there was really good. I enjoyed their beer. Of all the other beer places we went to, the hostel had some of the best beer, which is very convenient.
Very, very affordable bar for sure. They also have happy hour. We love happy hours.
Yeah.
We always try to partake in them.
And the staff there was awesome.
Yeah, every single staff member that we met there were amazing. So.
And since they run the bar, you spend a lot of time with them because you're sitting at the bar and meeting other travelers, and you get to talk with the staff. Mm-hmm.
And they have probably one of the best Wi-Fi's there.
They do.
Of all the hostels we stayed at. Our room was on the top floor, so it was quite a climb.
It was like the roof. Like our wall was the roof.
Yeah, we had a private room.
And the Wi-Fi worked everywhere.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
So the staff there also had tours going on, and we did one with Neil. He's one of the workers there. He's a really fun guy, and he did a tour. They had a light festival that goes on once a year, which is already a beautiful city to begin with. With the light festival, it just makes it even that more awesome. So they led a tour to that, and we just happened to be lucky enough to be there on that weekend when the tour is going on. And they also had other tours throughout the week.
One of the things about this hostel is that it's not really close to like the central downtown,
the old town part,
the old town of Prague, and so you have to either just trek it there by foot, or you can take the train. So it's like a short ride.
I would say that's the only bad part about the whole hostel is the location, and it's really not that bad.
Yeah,
it's either a 15-minute walk, or you pay. I think it's like $1. The tram's like right up the street, so it's like like $1 to take the tram.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Mm-hmm. It was a fun place.
Yeah, so Bricks Hostel and bar.
And we met a lot of fun people there too.
We did. We met a lot of fun people there.
And the next hostel is the Travelers Inn in Sevilla.
So this is we stayed there a couple years ago, and the place was actually called Sevilla Backpackers Inn. I believe they changed their name now to Travelers Inn Sevilla.
Yeah, we just checked on Hostel World today, so now it's Travelers Inn Sevilla.
Yes. Again, we had our own private room, and we're on the top floor again. We're always on the top floor. And they do different events as well. They had a paella night, which included sangria. That was really cool.
All you can drink sangria.
Yeah. So that was really nice. We actually got to watch one of the staff members make the paella. And that was like in the rooftop area. And that brings us to one of the beautiful things about that place is the rooftop.
They have a beautiful rooftop. And they're right in the center of the old town. Just the atmosphere there is really cool because they have a bunch of little shops and restaurants and bars right down the street. Mm-hmm. During the day, you hear like groups
lots of
commotion, groups of guys singing old Spanish songs, walking down the street from bar to bar.
It's very lively.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that place is really cool. We met again some really close friends there, so that was fun.
That was fun. And the next hostel is one of my favorites. Well, these are all good, but I really like this one. It's the Weary Traveler Hostel in Tulum. So this hostel, I should save the best part for last. So the location is right there on the main street. So in Tulum, you have two options really. Either you can stay in town along the main strip, or you can stay kind of close to the beach area. Because there's a little gap in between the two. But we decided to stay in the town.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then it's also nice because for about $4 a day, you can rent a bike. It's a little beat-up beach cruiser, and that is good enough to get you anywhere in town because Tulum's so small.
Right, and that place where you can rent the bike is actually right next door to the hostel.
Connected to the hostel. Yeah.
So you can just walk right on over, rent a bike, and
so it's a perfect location because you can ride your bike in a few minutes to the beach, and at night you can just leave the hostel and walk around to different bars and restaurants, all right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we had a private room. It was a nice, big, spacious room.
Own bathroom.
Our own bathroom with air conditioning, which is very important in Tulum. It's very hot.
The common area was great. The common area is like
area is in the main hostel.
The main hostel, it's a big, long bench, basically, really big, like the whole, and everyone just gathers there.
Yeah, every night they always have something going on. They have happy hour every night. Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
So that was what he was gonna.
So they have. So I think the first night we had an awesome like buffet dinner. We got there around 7:30, 8 o'clock when we arrived, and the buffet dinner was 3 different soups and quesadillas and pasta, and the price was like less than $3 for it.
Yeah.
It was
So
like,
every night it's different.
Yeah.
It's not the same dinner every night, and the meals are actually made by the staff there.
the volunteer stuff.
The volunteer staff.
Yeah.
Right.
It was always delicious and really affordable.
Yeah.
And the best part was free happy hour for 1 hour. So they make that Brazilian cocktail, which is called
It starts with a C.
caipirinha.
Capriana,
Forgive my
something like that.
Something like that. It's made with like lime juice and like the sugarcane rum. But I don't know if they use that or some other rum.
It's like a mojito.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's free for 1 hour. They make pictures of it, and you can just have as much as you want. And then when that's done, you can still buy you could buy more, you can buy beers, whatever you want. And the beers are about $1 a piece, about 20 pesos.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
So everyone just hangs out there and eats and drinks, and then they all chit chat and decide where to go out for the night after that.
Right, yeah. And they also have free breakfast there. There's a guy that actually makes omelets for you. There's an omelet guy.
Yeah.
And it's free, so you definitely want to take advantage of the free breakfast there.
Or if you want to make eggs yourself, or you can always help yourself.
Yeah, you can make your own eggs
do it
or
on your
whatever.
own.
But if you want an omelet, there's a guy there. You don't have to pay. I mean, you can tip the guy if you want. So.
And it's in Tulum. Tulum's awesome.
Yes.